Hello, Stitchy friends! Today is December 19th, 2023, and this is Flosstube number 3. My name is Andrew, and this is the Runner Stitcher, my channel where I basically talk about cross-stitch, also with a little bit of my running journey in the mix. But yeah, mostly my channel about sharing my cross-stitch art. Today I've got my little friend with me, Winston, my chihuahua. He wanted to be in the video apparently, but he can't stand the whole thing. He just wanted to say hi. You'll see I'm at a new setting this week. I am at my parents' house in Florida. So I decided to film in front of my mom's beautiful Christmas tree. We've got some nice ornaments there, and then these two green ones are of my niece and my nephew. So yeah, so I want to just start out by saying another huge thank you to all of you who have been watching and subscribing to my channel. We hit 2,000 subscribers already, which I am just ecstatic about. I think it's so cool. I love that we're building this community. I love that you're interested in the same things that I am, and I just think it's awesome. So thank you so much for those of you who have watched the first couple videos, who are coming back for more. I really appreciate it. If you're new to this channel, welcome. This is where we're going to talk about all of my cross stitch, and you're more than welcome to join every week. So hit the subscribe button, the like button if you want, and join us on the journey. Also feel free to comment. I do try to get back to as many of the comments as I can. I've been trying to get back to everyone. But there have been a lot, so I may have missed some. But I try to respond. I love reading the comments. I love hearing what you guys are up to. Yeah. I also have an email address, which I'll link below, therunnerstitcher@gmail.com. And feel free to send me any messages there, any projects that you're working on. I love to see what everybody's doing and working on, so that would be awesome. But because we hit 2,000 subscribers, I did want to do something a little special at the end of this video. So stay tuned till the end, or I guess you could skip ahead, but don't skip ahead. But at the end of this video, we'll do a little something special for hitting 2,000 subscribers. But again, just thank you so much to everybody. This has been so much fun. I love that I'm joining this community, and I'm having a really great time meeting all of you and sharing our art together, so it's awesome. So I wanted to start today off a little different because I am in Florida, and I'm going to be here probably until the end of January-ish. So it's a long time away from New York, and my boyfriend got me an advent calendar to kind of go through while I'm here so that I'd be reminded of him and reminded of our trip to Japan. So he got me this 30 days of Japan calendar, which is awesome. First of all, this box is amazing. I just love this box. I don't know what I'm going to do with it afterwards because I don't want to throw it away, but it is just beautiful. It's so fun. So you may have seen on my Instagram, I've been posting what each day's surprise has been along the way. So I think today we're at day 5. So I thought, how fun would it be to actually open day 5 to start off this video? So I'm going to go ahead. Let me find the number 5 right here. So I'm going to go ahead and open number 5. Let's see what we got today. Ooh, today we got treats. Let me show this. This looks like some sort of, it almost looks like a little pancake pastry. That looks delicious. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but it looks delicious. I love when there are treats in the box. That's probably my favorite. So day 5, we got a cookie, which is awesome. I also want to just call out a couple of Flosstube channels that I've been watching, because I love watching you guys. Everyone continues to impress me, and the art that everyone is doing is just so beautiful. So I want to just call out a couple. Well, the first one is one that probably everybody knows, Pam and Steph from Just Keep Stitching. I am just entertained every single week. Every time they put out a video, it's just so much fun. It's one of the videos that I find myself actually laughing out loud when I'm watching it. They're just great. I love not only their video and what they stand for, but their their stitching is beautiful, both of them. So they're a lot of fun to watch. So Pam and Steph, just keep stitching. Thank you for sharing your art. I love it. The second one I've been watching is Floss Boss and Cousins, and they actually gave me a shout out a few weeks ago, and that's kind of how I was introduced to their channel, but I am loving it. They are so much fun. They're a hoot to watch. This past week they had a little story time about a mouse in the house. I won't go any further, but go watch it. It is hilarious. And yeah, I just love it. So Floss Boss and Cousins, thank you for sharing your art, and really enjoying your floss tube. I also had a number of other mentions since the beginning of my channel. So I'd like to just quickly call them out and say thank you for mentioning my channel on your videos. And I'll also link their channels down below, so all of you can go check them out. Sambry Stitches, Gammy Stitcher, Janet Jabber, Lost in Stitches, An Aussie in a Kiwi World, Stitching Past My Bedtime, Sew Me Sarah, Britches Get Stitches, Sarah's Stitchy Spot, and Bohemian Stitchery. All of you guys have mentioned me in your videos, and I thank you so much. That is so kind. And yeah, I just love checking out everybody's videos and seeing what they're up to. So thank you for that. I'll link all those channels down below. Go check them out. It's always great to find new floss tubers and new content that's out there. I know there's so much over Christmas, over the holidays, but thank you so much for joining me here today. So now let's get into stitching. So this week, I do have an FFO to share. In my first video, I showed the Sailor Moon piece that I had finished, and I was finally able to gift that to my boyfriend for his birthday. I think when I showed the piece in the first video, I don't think I had it ironed or even washed yet. So it was completed, but it wasn't like ready to go as an FFO. But my boyfriend picked out a beautiful frame for it. He did a great job, and it really made everything pop. So we got it framed, and I'm gonna pop in a few pictures here so you can see what it looks like. The frame looks great, and honestly, I know I said I didn't like working on the 12 count with 3 strands of thread, but seeing it now as a finished product, it really pops in the frame, and I really am happy with how it looks. So glad I stuck with it and went through it. But here's the pictures. It just looks beautiful. So I don't have it with me because I'm in Florida, so I can't show it to you in person, but really happy to have that finished and up on our wall in the apartment. So that is my FFO for the week. Next, I don't have any finishes, but I have another FFN finish for now, which you guys have seen this before, but this is the Odyssey Sal. So part 6 was released on Wednesday of last week, and part 6 was the next step on Odysseus's journey. They next stopped on an island that was beautiful, green pastures, cattle grazing, sun was shining, everything looked great. The cattle belonged to Helios, the sun god, and they were told not to harm the cattle, not to kill the cattle to eat. Some of his men disobeyed, and of course they couldn't resist, and so the repercussions were that their ship sunk, can't even talk today, and all of the crew drowned except for Odysseus. So that's where we are in the story. I'll pop a picture here. I think I have one from where I was last time, just so you can see. And here's where I am now. So this week, we got this part here. And I'm sorry for the Christmas tree lights shining through. It's not an opalescent fabric, even though it kind of looks like it. But anyway, so this part 6 was this right here. The cattle is so cool. I loved stitching it. Even this like red design above it, which I think is to symbolize the sun for Helios, and that's why there's an H here, was so much fun. Like I say this every time I talk about this project, but it is just a pleasure to stitch on. And the stitches go so quickly. So I finished this yesterday, actually, this part 6, and it just came out on Wednesday. So in less than a week, I had it finished. But really, really just loving this. I also added a little bit more to the border down here. I'm almost at the bottom, but I'm going to have to move the Q-snap to finish the border to get to the very bottom. So I only did a little bit more, but that you can't really tell, but I added a little bit more there. And yeah, then stitched all of this. And this was last week's piece. So much fun. I really love this piece. If you are interested, definitely check out her Etsy shop. I'll link it down below. Maria has a ton of patterns that are similar, not in the theme, but in the style of pattern. So I would highly recommend, if this is any indication of what those patterns are like, they're a lot of fun to stitch. So definitely go check her out. She's got some great patterns. And if you're interested in the SAL, it's still available for you to join. We are at part 6 now, but you can take it as you go. I think part 7 gets released next Wednesday, and then there's a little break over the holidays. I think we pick it up again in January. So anyway, this is the Odyssey SAL. I'm super happy with this and the fabric. This is 18 count Curry Aida, and I'm stitching this 2/1. I really like 18 count. I think that is like the Aida of my choice. I really like how the stitches look on it, and yeah, just really happy with it. So that is the Odyssey SAL. Next, we have my whips. And this first one is one that you have seen in all of my videos, basically. But I am making progress. I am. So hopefully soon I will be finished and move on. But this is the Disney sweatshirt that I've been showing you for a while. So this week, I have 2 more characters done, which I'm really happy about. I think last week I had Mickey, Minnie, and Goofy done. And this time I added Daisy and Pluto. So I'll show you those stitches up close. I am just super happy with how this has turned out. It's fun because, so you saw my mom's sweatshirt, and that was on a different color background. And so it's really fun to see how the colors pop on this color, on this navy color, instead of hers, which was more of a mauve color. But really fun to see how the stitches pop on here. As I mentioned last week, the pink for Mickey had, the color was a little different between the 2 kits. And the same was true for Pluto's color here, his like golden brown. Luckily I caught it before I started stitching, thank goodness. So I didn't have to frog anything. And I had enough of the color in the new kit to be fine. But yeah, the same thing happened. So the kit colors, I guess, are just a little bit different and varied between the kits. But anyway, so this is my focus piece, and that's why I put so much stitching into it this week between these 2, because there are a lot of stitches in there. It's my focus piece because I need to have it done by the beginning of January. So I think I'm going to make it. I've got 1 more section to go. I will try to finish that probably in the next week or so, just to give myself a little bit more time to get it completely finished off and everything. But then my mom and I will have our matching sweatshirts for Disney. So hopefully next time you see me, this will be a FFL and I can move on and yeah, be done with this pattern that I've now stitched twice. I will say that stitching this on the navy background, it was a lot harder. All of these stitches, especially in Mickey and Minnie, the black stitches, it was so hard to see black on navy. And not necessarily so much while I was stitching, but on the back side, especially when I was trying to tie the knot at the end, I like to knot my stitches in the back when I'm doing it on a sweatshirt, just so there's a little bit more, I don't know, it's secure a little bit more. But knotting them was so tough. I could barely see the threads to like make the knot in the back. So that's made this really difficult. That's why I stitched these 4 first, because I wanted the black stitches to be over with. So I saved Daisy, which there's not too much black in, and then this last piece will be Donald down here, and it's just his eyes that have black, so that won't be so bad. But that was really tough. Definitely something I've learned from this experience. The other thing I realized is that, I don't know how you all feel about it, and you'll have to let me know how you feel. But stitching with a deadline is really tough. It kind of takes the joy out of stitching. And I've had a lot of deadline pieces, right? So I've had Sailor Moon that I had to finish by my boyfriend's birthday. I've had my mom's Disney sweatshirt that I needed to finish by the time I got here. I have my Disney sweatshirt that I need to finish by the beginning of January. And what I've realized is I love stitching things for people, gifts for people, but putting these deadlines on myself and on the project, it really just takes some of the joy out of it. So in the future, I want to keep stitching for people. I want to keep making gifts, but I think I want to just do it with an open-ended deadline. And when it gets done, it gets done. Or if there's things that I need to have by a certain date, starting them way, way early, so I have plenty of time to get them done. Because partially there's so many other things I want to be stitching, right? And I feel like now I'm tied to this stitch that I have to be doing it because I have this deadline. Anyway, just a learning experience since I'm still so new in the stitching world and new to starting various projects at the same time. It's just something that I learned that I don't think I enjoy it as much when there's a deadline in place. But let me know how you feel about it. How do you like deadlines with your projects? Do you prefer to stick to a deadline, or do you like more of an open-ended project? I'm definitely someone who likes plans, so I think that is still something I'm going to do. But maybe just the hard and fast deadline date is not for me. So anyway, here is my update on the Mickey Disney sweatshirt. My next whip and my last whip of the week is the Christmas Wonderland Sal from Caterpillar Cross Stitch, which you have seen a couple of times. I will put a picture up here of where I was before so you can see. This, now that we're getting close to Christmas, I'm just having so much fun with this, especially I think being at my mom's house now. She's taken a look at this and she really likes it. So each night when I'm done stitching, she's like, so what did you do tonight? And I get to show her like the little pieces that I've done of the project, but it's just become really fun. So again, this whole project has been released, so it's no longer a mystery Sal, and it's all available on their website as the full pattern, but I'm still working through it. So here's what I have done now. I actually got a lot completed. So I finished all of these little skaters on the ice skating rink, and I started filling in the ice skating rink, which this is full coverage, this whole rink, which is a lot of stitches. So I started filling that in, but I kind of got bored of filling it in. So I would do like a strand or two of that, and then I would switch to something else. I finished these trees down here. I don't think they were done before. And whatever color I was using, I sort of added that color wherever it needed to be, which is why it's like I'm kind of all over the place. I also finished the Christmas tree, so there's no more like little lights on the Christmas tree to do. So that is done. I finished this little house over here, which is super cute. And yeah, that is my progress so far. I'm really loving it. Again, I think I've said this before, but I'm not trying to finish this year or by Christmas or any date, but I am going to keep working on this definitely through Christmas and probably even through New Year's as the holiday season continues on, just because it is a really fun stitch. This is a 16 count Aida. It's the called for fabric that they had in the kit. I'm stitching with all the called for threads, and I think 16 count Aida is a lot of fun because it's not too difficult to see, and it's pretty easy to stitch through. I'm doing it 2 strands, and so I can use the loop start, and it's just nice. It's an easy stitch. So I did some of this on the plane, which you may have seen from my Instagram. I don't know if anyone else is a plane stitcher, but I tried it out. It worked pretty well. I did some stitching of this in the car since we've been here in Florida, and it's nice in the evenings to just pick this up and like watch something on the TV and stitch on this. So this is my progress on Christmas Wonderland, and I just love that the twinkly Christmas tree lights are coming through on this pattern. That looks cool. But yeah, highly recommend it. If you haven't heard of Caterpillar Cross Stitch or any of their kits, I definitely would recommend checking them out. They have a lot of great stuff. They've done a number of sals so far, and they do have kits on their website as well. They're also doing a new sal in January, Enchanted Realms, I think it's called. And it's a more fantastical sal. Should be kind of like dragons, unicorns, things. Still debating about it. I have so many plans for the new year that I don't know if I would be able to keep up with it, but it looks really cute from what we've seen so far. So anyway, go check out Caterpillar Cross Stitch if that's something you think you might enjoy. I don't have a lot of haul this week. I will show you, I'm going to get into my plans for 2024 and the rest of this year. So I'll show you some of the haul that I have from there, because most of the things I've been buying have been for my plans. So that's coming. But one thing I did want to call out is I've discovered a new designer, cross-stitch designer. They go by the name of Needle Lot Designs. They're on Instagram and Etsy. I'll link their channel down below. And they just have the cutest patterns. So the one I bought this week was for their Ko-fi channel. I did subscribe to their channel and become like a member to one of their tiers. And so this is the pattern. I don't have the paper, but here is the digital pattern. Isn't that fox so cute? Or panda, I mean, red panda. I just loved it. And looking through their Instagram, they have so many cute patterns. So definitely check them out. I'm probably going to be buying a lot of their patterns in the coming weeks. But that was one designer I just wanted to highlight and say that I found and have been really enjoying. I don't know when I'll get to stitching that or kitting it up, but it's definitely one that I really enjoy. So let's get into plans now. So 2024. Keep in mind that I am a very new stitcher. I haven't even been stitching for a year since I picked it back up in May. So these plans are kind of my first year plans. So they might not go according to what I think. I'm still kind of learning how long projects take, and I'm still getting used to juggling multiple projects at the same time. And I have big ideas and big plans, and I don't know if it'll all happen or not. But I like kind of setting my goals. And I don't know if any of you watch Marjorie Maid on Flosstube, but she likes to call these, instead of plans, her hopes and wishes. And I like that because I love having something to strive for. But because I'm so new, maybe I'm going way overboard. I don't know. I guess we'll find out in the year, but I at least want to have some goals to go for. So I am going to do WhipGo this year. Now my WhipGo board is going to be a little bit different because I don't have 25 whips. So I can't just fill it with all the whips that I have accumulated. So I'm going to do kind of a mixture of whips that I have, things that I plan to start early in the new year, which I'll talk about shortly. And also I'm throwing in like maybe a new start or something that I have the pattern for but haven't kitted up, that I'll kit it up and maybe just get it started. So my WhipGo board is going to look a little different. I'm not going to show my WhipGo board today, only because, so I am going to be here in Florida for probably till the middle of January, end of January. And I don't have all of my cross stitch here. I had to pack with me what I wanted to bring. So I am kind of limited for the first month of the year to stitch on only the projects that I brought with me. So we'll see what WhipGo is called. I might have to kind of rearrange my board a little bit just to accommodate that. So I'm not going to show you my final board now because it might change depending on what is called in the month of January and what I physically have here with me. But beyond January, I will stick with the board and I'm going to try my best to get it done. I've set goals on each project for a number of stitches if I can easily track that on Markup RXP, which is the app I use on my iPad. If it's a paper pattern, then I'll probably set the number of days that I'm stitching on the project. But I'm really excited to do WhipGo. This will be my first year, so we'll see how it goes. Then I'd like to share my New Year start, and I teased this on Instagram. Some of you already discovered or picked what it would be based on the threads and the emojis that I had listed. But I am going to be doing the Fruits of Plenty, which was a sal from Jacob at Modern Folk Embroidery back in 2021, I think. I'll try to put a picture of it here if I can, but all of you, I'm sure, have either stitched it or know what it is. But I fell in love with it the first time I saw it, and I just can't stop thinking about it. So I am going to start that journey. I'm not going to try to finish it in 1 year. I'm going to take my time with it and just enjoy the stitching. So for that project, this is part of my haul. I got a 32 count vintage smoky white Belfast linen. This is that linen here. You can kind of see the like smoky tone to it, which I really liked. I thought would be subtle, but also add a little bit extra to the project. And then the two colors that I chose to stitch in are DMC 890 and 320. So these are the two greens that I will be stitching this on or with. So this is what it will, a preview of what it will look like. But I plan to start this on New Year's Eve. So I'm going to start it on the 31st of December throughout the day, and then I'll stitch on it all the way till midnight and a little bit after midnight, and it will be my New Year's start. So I'm super excited for that. I've wanted to stitch this ever since I saw it the first time. So many other people have stitched it and it just looks beautiful. So that's my New Year's start. Then early in January, so my friend Yoshi and I, we've been connecting and bonding a little bit on Instagram over our love of cross stitch and what we want to stitch and all the things. But we decided to start our first Mirabilia together. So starting January 8th, we are going to be starting, let me pull the pattern here. We are going to be starting Lily of the Woods by Mirabilia. This is the pattern. And super excited. I got the fabric for it. I'll show that to you here. I think this is going to work great. I initially had a different fabric in mind, but this is what I ended up kind of going with. It is Evergreen by Fiberlicious Yummy Fibers. It is a 32 count Jobelin. So first time stitching on Jobelin. I really like the Evergreen. I don't think it's too dark for the pattern. Most of her dress is in like a yellowish color here. So I think it will look really nicely and really pop. It's kind of similar to the background to the fabric that is in the picture. But yeah, so Yoshi and I are going to be starting this on January 8th, and we're going to be using this as a start along Sal. So we're going to have the hashtag first Mira Sal. Put it down here, but first Mira Sal. For us, this means our first Mirabilia that we're stitching ever. But we want to open this to anyone. So you don't need to be stitching Lily of the Woods. And if this is not your first Mira, maybe it can be your first Mira of 2024. So you can still join in and use first Mira Sal as your first Mira of the new year and join us with that. If you are stitching Lily of the Woods, of course, use the hashtag and join us in the new year as you continue stitching it. And if you are interested in stitching your first Mirabilia, but have a different pattern, please kit that up, get ready to get started on January 8th and use the first Mira Sal. We'd love for you to join. We'd love for you to see us all to see the progress that we're making. I'm really nervous. I feel like stitching a Mirabilia is a lofty goal. So I'm super excited. I cannot wait to get started because I have a lot of other ones I want to stitch as well. But it also is a little nerve-wracking with all the beading and the Krynic and everything like that. So super excited. That is plans for the new year, January 8th. Please join along. Again, first Mira Sal if you're interested. Other plans I have for this year, I've showed this before, but I am going to be starting the Kiss from Mirabilia as well. That I probably will start maybe like mid-January. I've almost got it kitted up and ready to go, so that will be coming soon. I shared in my first video all of the Celtic women, the Celtic ladies series, and asked which one I should start with. And the overwhelming response was for me to start Celtic Autumn. And I agree. The more I've been thinking about it, I do really want to start with that one. I am going to be doing the color conversion for her dress. So I'm working at getting that kitted up. I don't know if I'll get it started in January. Probably not. but maybe February or March, I'll get that started. So that is definitely coming down the line to watch that progress. I'm super excited about that. And the other big thing I have coming is Heaven and Earth Designs, which is our large full coverage projects, as most of you probably know. I bought a kit from them back in November. So they are no longer selling their full kits. They paused that back in November. I happened to catch it right before they stopped it. So I ordered a kit for my first large full coverage project. This project will probably take me a decade, maybe even longer, who knows. But I am really excited. I have not received it yet, so it's coming in the mail. But that will be a 2024 project, and start for me will be my first Heaven and Earth Designs. Yeah. And then apart from WhipGo and those new starts that I have planned for the year, I'm going to kind of leave it open. I also would like to have one project going at all times that I'm stitching as a gift for someone. That's part of the fun of cross stitch, right? We love to be able to stitch something personal for someone else, and then they have that piece of our art that they can hang in their houses. And it's a nice gift, and I love doing that for people. So I do want to kind of continue that and have something that I'm working on as a gift for someone. So I'll probably try to continue that throughout the year. And I know there's going to be new patterns that come out that I want to stitch and want to start and kit up. So there's going to be a lot of other new starts as well. But those are the things I definitely have planned. So WhipGo, Fruits of Plenty for New Year's Eve. If you are stitching that, let me know. I'd love to see your progress. We can stitch on it together, maybe set up a Zoom call, who knows. But Fruits of Plenty is my New Year start. Lily of the Woods starting January 8th with the hashtag First Mira Sal. That's again with my friend Yoshi, and anybody can join, even if it's not your very first Mira. It could be your first Mira of 2024. It doesn't have to be Lily of the Woods. It can be a pattern that you have for yourself. And then my final ones are The Kiss by Mirabilia, my first Heaven and Earth Designs, and Celtic Autumn. So big plans in 2024. And of course, I will keep you all posted as they go. So that's all I have for you today. So again, I almost forgot. I have something special for you guys. How could I almost forget? As a thank you to all of you and for us reaching 2,000 subscribers to my channel, I'd like to do my first giveaway. Now, it's nothing grand, it's nothing extravagant, but it's something that I can do that I would like to give away and pass on to somebody else for reaching 2,000 subscribers. So I am going to be giving away the pattern for the sweatshirt I've been stitching. So this is Mickey and the Gang. You have all seen it. I have the pattern because I've been using the pattern from the first kit. So the pattern is in great condition. I have not used it. You can see here. So I'm going to be giving away the pattern and also the fabric that it came with. This is a 14 count Aida that it came with, and it is the Disney branded fabric. So it does have the little Disney logo in the corner. So that will be coming with it as well. If you are interested in winning this giveaway and winning this prize, then please comment below with the word gang for Mickey and the Gang, G-A-N-G. Please be 18 years or older, since I will need to ask for your address, and please be subscribed to the channel. And I will be randomly picking the winner by my next video. So you probably have about a week and a half or so to comment down below if you would like to win Mickey and the Gang. I'm happy to pass this on, and I hope whoever wins gets as much joy out of stitching it as I did. You don't have to stitch it on a sweatshirt. You can do it on the fabric given here or your own fabric, whatever you would like. But I would like to give away the pattern as a thank you for reaching 2,000 subscribers. So that is all I have for today. So I just want to wish you all a very, very Merry Christmas and happy holidays. I hope you're really enjoying the holiday season. I hope you're eating your favorite cookies. I hope you're snacking a lot. I hope you're enjoying time with family and anything else you might do during this time. Just sending you all the love and joy for the holiday season. So If you're a runner, keep running, always keep stitching, and be kind to those you meet along your journey. Bye for now, until the next stitch.